Hi there, Larry Seitz here in Lowry City, running for City Council on April 4th. Position is older person, and tonight I'm just going to speak. I'm actually going to try to practice what my speech for the next City Council meeting, which is on Tuesday, coming up on Tuesday. Uh, so one of the things I want to talk about briefly is I'm kind of concerned that people are going to consider me an outsider since I've been in California for 40 years, back 2 years, grew up not 25 miles from here, farm west of Clinton, went to Clinton High School, went to a one-room country schoolhouse for like 6 years. Uh, and then after college, which I went to in Warrensburg, Missouri, I worked at several companies up in the Kansas City area. Rival Manufacturing Company. I started as a computer operator, became a computer programmer. I went on to Continental Grain, was there a short time as a computer programmer, and then went on to Cook Paint and Varnish in North Kansas City, where I started as a computer programmer and wound up as the manager of a small programming department. Went from there to California to Northrop uh, when the stealth bomber was still being a secret. Did some other things in California and then left to come back almost 2 years ago. The reason I left was I had become semi-convinced that there was a 12,000 year cycle where the sun would erupt and toast the earth, and I didn't want to be in California when that happened. So, but since then, I've come to have a more refined vision of historical events, and I think that there's periodic comets and things like that that strike the earth, and not that kind of a regular routine. I think that regular business is more a psyop trying to scare people, into spending their money on bunkers and things like that. Uh, but I am now very concerned that the U.S. has enemies both within and without the country that are bent on causing us harm, let's just call it that, and that we are in a fifth generation unrestricted conflict, also known as the three initials WAR. Okay. And that many of the things we see happening around us, I think, are a result of that fifth generation unrestricted conflict. All these fires, explosions, um, train wrecks, and stuff like that that are affecting stuff relating to energy and food supply, I don't think are an accident. I think that there most likely were some saboteurs that entered the country uh, recently. Uh, but now the financial system itself is under stress, let's call it that, and starting to fail, I think. By now, I think everybody's heard about that Silicon Valley Bank in California. And first, they were saying they were not going to bail everybody out, that the investors and so forth in those startup companies, tech startups, and so forth, were just going to have to tough it out. But I guess the big money people cried boo-hoo, and they changed our government changed their mind, and they bailed everybody out. Everybody. Okay. And they're going to keep doing that, in my opinion. And supposedly that is not going to result in any tax increases. Well, that may be true, but I believe that they have started a guaranteed uh, set of events that will result in increased cost via inflation, which is in my opinion, a hidden tax. And I think that that may lead to even worse things over, maybe relatively short term that could result in the uh, failure to function of government things like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, related things that might result in local communities being left to fend for themselves. Now, okay, so my hat today, Browning. I've been kind of remiss on the new hat every day, so I'm sorry. But this one is an American manufacturer of long and short handled implements to process lead. And that may come in handy in securing food for the table, although here in Lowry City, we have an abundance of beef everywhere around us, and we have processing facilities and cooking facilities here that I believe are sufficient to take care of everyone in this city and probably in this county if we prepare for it now. Also, these types of implements may come in handy in security from zombies. That's right, zombies. We'll see. And so that's my practice session for my upcoming city council meeting. And like I said, I'm running for city council alderperson on April 4th. I ask for your vote and your support, and I'll talk to you on something else tomorrow. Bye now.